Welcome back friends. We are starting a new video lecture series on measures of dispersion and this is the introductory video of this series. Does measures of central tendency provide complete information? Suppose you are given a data series. Someone asks you to tell some interesting fact about the data series. How can you do so? You can say you can find the mean, the median or the mode of this data series and tell about its distribution. But is it the only things you can do? Are the central tendencies the only way by which we can get to know about the concentration of the observation? In this section, we will learn about another measures to know more about the data. Here we are going to know about the measures of dispersion. Let's try to understand it with this example, where you have 4 data sets of same size and 3 common measures of central tendency is given also. On the basis of these results, we can say that in the data set A and B, mean are same, therefore data A and B must be alike. Similarly, of the data set A and C, mode are same, therefore data set A and C must be alike. Similarly, of the data set A, C and D, median are same, therefore data set A, C and D must be alike. In case of data set C and D, mean, mode and median, all values are same, therefore data set C and D must be identical. Now let's have a look on actual distribution of these data sets. Here the measures of central tendency is not giving a clear and complete idea about the distribution for the 4 given sets. They indicate the general magnitude of the data but fail to reveal all the peculiarities and characteristics of the series. Or in other words, they fail to reveal the degree of the spread out or the extent of the variability in individual item of the distribution. Therefore, we must have another measures to determine these variability, and those measures are known as measures of dispersion or measures of variability or measures of scatteredness. Therefore, dispersion is studied to have an idea of the homogeneity or compactness and heterogeneity or scatteredness of the distribution, and the measures of dispersions are the measures of scatter or spread about an average. Measures of dispersion are also known as average of second order because they are based on the average of the deviation of the different value of their mean. Defining measures of dispersion. Although scholars define measures of dispersion in many ways according to their usability in different time and era, but some of the commonly used and simple definitions are as follow. According to Riggleman, dispersion is the extent to which the magnitude or quantities of the item differs or the degree of diversity. The word dispersion may also be used to indicate the spread of the data. According to A.L. Bowley, dispersion may be defined as the measures of the variation of the items. According to I.R. Conur, dispersion is the measure of extent to which the individual item vary. Or in simple words, a measure of variability or measure of dispersion is an indication of the spread of measurements around the center of distribution. Measurements that are concentrated around the center of a distribution of data have low variability or low dispersion, whereas data that are very spread out along the measurement scale have high variability or high dispersions. If all the values are the same, there is no dispersion at all. In all these definitions, we can find the basic property of dispersion as a value that indicate extent to which all other values are dispersed about the center value in a particular distribution, but it does not give any direction to the distribution. Significance of measures of dispersion. Measures of dispersion can be used to determine the reliability of the measures of central tendency, or To make a comparative study of the variability of two series or measures of dispersion can identify the cause of variability as well as it can also help us in to control it. It also facilitates the use of other statistical measures. Objectives of computing dispersion. Number 1. Comparative study. It is the measure of dispersion give a single value indicating the degree of consistency or uniformity of the distribution. This single value helps us in making comparison of various distribution. The smaller the magnitude of the dispersion, higher is the consistency or uniformity. And in other words, the more is the magnitude, less is the consistency or data is not uniformly distributed. Second is the reliability of an average. It is a small value of dispersion, means low variation between observation and average. It means the average is a good representative of the observation and very reliable. A higher value of dispersion means greater deviation among the observation. In this case, the average is not a good representative and it cannot be considered reliable. Third is the control the variability. Different measures of dispersion provide us data variability from different angles, and this knowledge can prove helpful in controlling the variation. Especially in the financial analysis of business and medical, these measures of dispersion can prove very useful. And the last is basis for further statistical analysis. Measures of dispersion provide the basis for further statistical analysis like computing correlation, regression, test of hypothesis, etc. Properties of a good measures of dispersion. There are certain prerequisites for a good measures of dispersion, like it should be easy to calculate and simple to understand. It should be based on all the observations of the series. It should be rigidly defined, and it should not be affected by extreme value. It should not be unduly affected by sampling fluctuation. And in last, it should be capable of further mathematical treatment and statistical analysis. Types of dispersion. The measures of dispersion can be either absolute or relative. Absolute measures of dispersions are expressed in the same unit in which the original data are expressed. For example, if the series is expressed as marks of the student in the particular subject, the absolute dispersion will provide the value in marks. The only difficulty is that if two or more series are expressed in different units, the series cannot be compared on the basis of dispersion. Common types of absolute measures of dispersions are range, mean deviation, standard deviation, variance, quartile deviation, and Lorentz curve. On the other hand, relative or coefficient of dispersion is the ratio or the percentage of a measure of absolute dispersion to an appropriate average. The basic advantage of this measure is that two or more series can be compared with each other despite the fact they are expressed in different units. Theoretically, absolute measures of dispersion is better, but from a practical point of view, relative or coefficient of dispersion is considered better as it is used to make comparison between series. Common type of relative measures of dispersion are coefficient of range, coefficient of mean deviation, coefficient of quartile deviation, and coefficient of variation. Dispersion can also be divided in two other groups like mathematical average, in which we can study the degree and extent of variation by these methods such as range, quartile deviation, mean deviation, standard deviation, coefficient of variation, coefficient of standard deviation, etc. Whereas in graphic method, we want to study only the extent of variation, whether it is higher or lesser, such as Lorentz curve method. Dear friend, This was the introductory video of measures of dispersion, and the detail of individual measures we will discuss in coming video. As in the next video, we will discuss range and coefficient of range. Till then, like and share this video, press the bell icon to subscribe my channel. Jai Hind, bye bye.